permanent people and fans listening around the world. We are going out live. And now, this is the Knockout Podcast, brought to you by Knockout Media Group in conjunction with the Ultimate Bare Knuckle Boxing. It's time!
It's a knockout.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Undertaking any building work can be a daunting experience, and finding a contractor you can trust can be hard work. With Paragon Civil Engineering Limited, our clients can relax, safe in the knowledge that the work we produce is second to none and that we have their best interests at heart. Whether you're after a new driveway to put the motor on, a remodeled garden to relax in whilst you watch the kids play, or you're a commercial builder on the hunt for an honest, reliable, and skilled group of tradesmen to handle your project, you can be sure that we have you covered. Paragon Civil Engineering Limited, passionately practicing precision.
It's a knockout.
And now, a message from our sponsors. Trojan Sports, one of the UK's fastest growing sportswear brands. Established in 2007, Trojan Sports proudly offers high quality sports and fitness apparel for both men, women, and children. We offer a wide range of styles and sizes to provide quality, practical, and fashionable attire, sports, and leisure wear. Visit us now online at www.trojan-sports.com.
It's a knockout.
It's a good friend of mine and actor who you'll have seen his face on everything from EastEnders in the Bill all the way up until the face of the Curry's advert last year. That's not the biryani, that's the computer shop. Luing Andrews, how are we doing? Good to see you, mate.
I'm good, thanks. I'm very good, thanks. Stu,
good.
Nice to see you, mate.
Yeah, always good. So,
Absolutely.
welcome to the Knockout Podcast, making history. You're the first person that's been on it that isn't a fighter or something to do with fighting. So,
well, I've got a fighting background because I used to box for my county years ago, and done a bit of kickboxing. But I'm not on it for that. I'm on it for for the acting and the film and the book.
Well, we're always looking for bare knuckle fighters.
My days are gone, mate. I'm getting too old for it all.
Yeah,
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
So, as I say, you were an actor. So, what first got you involved with acting? Sort of, where did the interest come from?
Well, basically, it was because of the action fighting scenes, really. I got into it. I wanted to be a stuntman. So I went for my professional stunt registration back in 89, 90. And I'd done many stunts, mainly fighting scenes, but some car scenes because I got my advanced driving. So I could do car scenes as well. I've done a few for London Burning. I don't know if you remember that program.
Yeah, I do. Sunday nights.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great show. Many for indie films, independent films, and things for the BBC. Far too many to mention, but I've done loads for them. And at the time when I was training for my probational registration for stunt performer, I filled in by doing sometimes a bit of extra work, like with a bill and things like that. Yeah. And then when I got my registration, you know what, it weren't that great. I wanted to do acting. My love of acting grew, and I got into it through that way. And lucky enough, my first audition I went for involved stunts. Yeah. And blimey, it was a great acting part. I didn't think I was going to get it. I went in there quite cool, played the role as I saw it, and I was lucky. First time I thought, if this is acting, I don't mind getting involved in it, but it isn't that easy. I was just lucky first time off.
Well, I mean, you've certainly been around. I mean, the first time we met was on the set of a movie, working in together. But you looked familiar, and I kind of thought that I knew you, even though we never met. And
I thought
of
the same
something
of you.
on TV, a kind of familiar face. So,
Yeah, thanks.
What was the first acting role that you actually did? You know, and looking back on it now, how would you rate your performance?
Okay, it was a film which I just mentioned just a minute ago. It was an independent film, and it was called Home. And I played a character called Fred Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And from day one, I've always believed. I think if you read a script and believe in that script, the rest transpires into your acting, and it worked. I got my first role, so I was confident after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was pretty confident. I don't think I've ever been overconfident.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went well. I got the job, and from then on, it formed my career basically.
Mm-hmm. You certainly sort of, you live it and breathe it. You're the kind of, I don't know what's the word. It doesn't seem like it's a job to you. It seems more like it's a passion, more like a kind of way.
Oh, it is. I think with a lot of actors, it is a passion because of the hours. Sometimes, if you're on set, you can be doing such long hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a passion. It's definitely a passion.
Yeah. So when you first moved into acting, what did your friends and family think?
Impressed, I think. Probably had some doubters, no doubt I did. But my family, I think my mum and my wife have always been like my biggest fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of taken from there.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got a brother in America. I saw him last year when I was over there working, and he's always, in awe of me. He really is. He's one of my biggest fans as well. He's great.
Well, it's always good to have some fans. So that's 3 we've got so far, plus me, yes, 4. Living the dream. So, as I mentioned, a few things that you've been in there, some quite sort of big things. You give a bit of a rundown of the parts, where people in the UK, and we've got a lot of US listeners to the podcast as well, would maybe have seen you.
Sure. A lot of the parts that I've been in have been for independent films, but I've done a lot of comedy for ITV and BBC. Such programs like Green Green Grass, which was like a spin-off from Only Fools and Horses, Black Books. There's been My Family.
That was all my boys, wasn't it? The Green Green Grass.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Marley.
Boys, it's great to do. I was in all of them. We were in rehearsals for a week. Got on really well with them.
Yeah,
lovely crowd. Yeah, so that was good to do. But through my acting career, there's been a lot of ups and downs. I think every actor probably gets that unless you're like an A-lister in America. Some great independent films I've been involved in. Went to Thailand about 3 years ago and we shot a comedy 4-parter, which is out at the moment. It's called Rick and Rat Go to Thailand. That was really fun.
You weren't playing a lady boy or something, were you?
I was playing a dad, and it's a bit of a Kevin and Perry go do it large or whatever that film was. It's a bit like that, 2 kids leaving school, and I was the father, an angry father, but I end up flying out after a Skype call on when I find out he's really taking the mickey, and I end up with a Thai girlfriend out there. And my character, really fun to do, and there was lots of breaks when I could relax on the beach. So I was getting paid to actually go on holiday. Basically, it was surreal.
Yeah, it's a lot better than standing in a wet car park somewhere waiting and getting changed, isn't it?
Like it was for us, absolutely. Yeah, we've done it. Oh, I've had a lot of bad ones as well. They're not all great like that.
So, I mean, a lot of the roles you've played a bit of a sort of heavy or a hard man, or however you would like to term it. Even in EastEnders, you were robbing Jim Brannan at a cash point, if I remember rightly. Do you ever worry about being typecast in that kind of character?
I'm not, because I think everybody from casting directors do get generalised, and we do get pigeonholed.
Yeah,
and you can't help it. I mean, I could, and I have played many different roles, but I do feel comfortable in the gangster, prison screw, nasty cop, that sort of role. It transpires into your actual body type, your persona. So a casting director is not going to put me up for a timid vicar role.
Yeah.
They're going to see me more as a gangster, like I get parts for a heavy and things like that. So everybody in a way gets a timid vicar.
I could see you as a timid vicar.
I've played a lovable biker in Casualty.
Yeah.
Where I was a Hell's Angel and my dad had died, so it was crying.
Yeah, didn't you? I think I've seen that on your show reel.
That's right. I had a wig on. I had hair. It's a long time since I've had hair.
I can't even remember since I had hair. It's that long ago. I think hair's overrated. So I see.
It is overrated. Although I've got plenty on my chin at the moment, it is overrated.
Well, I think both of them have got their heads on upside down. So at the back end of 2019, before all this crazy lockdown carry on, you were across the pond over in Hollywood.
I was
working out there.
Yeah.
How did you become? It's a long way to go from sort of Brighton, where you're from, to all of a sudden pop up in Hollywood. Doing some acting, and
it was lovely. I mean, I've been to New York a lot because my brother lives in New York, so I'm often out there, and I filmed out there last year as well. And I like New York, but not a patch on LA. I went to LA, banging Hollywood, and to film a film called All Nighters, where I play a gangster for a change. And it was amazing. I loved LA, and I would happily live out there and keep going back for work. It's an amazing city, and it's really so different to any other part of America that I've been to. I've been to many parts, but I'd definitely go back in a heartbeat. Love it.
So how did you manage to sort of come up with these, roles? It's a long way from home sort of thing. Have you got like a casting agent in the States? Or?
I've got an American agent as well as a London agent.
Yeah.
And they put me up for the roles. Casting director wanted to see me. They've done me a self-tape, because now everything goes on self-tape, which is really cool. And it saves the journeys of even going into London now.
Yeah.
And do a self-tape. That's brilliant. Especially with this COVID-19, it's all about that now. So it's excellent. And I've done that. And Bob's Your Uncle, I got a couple of roles. And I've had, since then, I've been offered a few more. But then the coronavirus happened, and that's not that one. It'll come back slow. It will come back slowly.
Yeah. So, I mean, are you still sort of up for these parts, when hopefully the world gets back to some kind of normality?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things out there but a lot of independent films that were out there that were trying to get me, and that was like the early March. And I was due to go on holiday end of March, so I was putting them off, and they were giving me dates for like when we've had the lockdown. So, but they will come back. It's just gonna the industry's been hard hit, like every industry has been.
That's it.
It's going to take time for definite, but it will get back eventually. And I'm patient. I don't mind waiting for the right roles. I'm not going to take on anything just for the sake of it. You've got to take on the right roles that are going to do you good.
Yeah. So you mentioned like some of the indie films there, and I know you've done some indie films in this country. Do you think that's a good way of kind of getting your face out there and building a bit of a showreel sort of thing to move on to the bigger things?
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. The good thing about independent films is you never know how far they're going to go.
Yeah.
And it's always the ones that you don't expect that do really good, and the ones that you think, you're going to get somewhere. It's a really good show. And then all of a sudden, bump, and that don't do any good. You can never really tell. So when I'm offered independent films, I like to try and do them. I really do. As many as you possibly can, because you just don't know which one's going to take off.
That's it. And I think it's got to be, say, we bet on the set of an independent film. I'd never done anything like that before. I think we struck a bit of a friendship sort of straight away, but you give me a lot of good advice that sort of quelled nerves, and it's
good. I like to.
Not to overthink it sort of thing, and you give me some good advice.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. It's all. I think it's always good. And when I was younger, and you're on a set, an actor. I remember an actor, Billy Murray. He was in the bill. He was always kind to me when we were on set.
Yeah.
So I think you can and another one. Timothy West, we'd done a film called 11 Men versus 11. And this was years ago. And I was playing a copper in it. And you know what, that guy is such a big, huge star, and he was so kind to me and made my role slightly bigger, and brought me forward. And I think any encouragement like that, when you see an actor a young actor that you know, or even if they're not young, but somebody new to the business, and you know they've got good potential, bring it out if you can do that. You know, once the camera's rolled in, help somebody out and bring it out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, definitely did when it came to me. So
I'm glad I did.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say is your greatest acting achievement to date?
My best acting achievement today.
Yeah, your greatest achievement.
There's been so many.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to say one, I loved going to LA, so that film was great to do, although the film isn't as big as some that I've been in. I liked The Heavy that I was in with Vinnie Jones and Gary Stretch. That was a good film to be in. I don't think I've got a greatest at the moment, because I'm still waiting for it. That is what it is. We're still bloody waiting for it. And if I get to that point and I say to you, Stuart, that was the best one, then I'm not going to go any further then, am I? So
very true. It's a good way to look at it.
Absolutely. That's the only way I'm going to look at it from now on.
Yeah, that's all you can do, isn't it?
You're always you're only as good as your last job, and probably in a lot of businesses, but definitely in acting, you're only as good as your last role. And if your last role is something not so good, but before you've done something bigger, then you've got to keep plodding on and try and get something big. That's what I say. Never give up. Yeah,
that's it. Slightly turning that question on its head, what would you say is if you've had one, your biggest flop?
The biggest flop? I don't think I've had a real bad flop. I've been involved in films where I thought, that was a bit of a waste of time because it hasn't gone anywhere. But then having said that, you meet other people within that unit, might be in the production, so something can transpire from that, and other actors, and you get a link. It's like a little family when you're on a production. So I'm not going to say any of them has been a flop. It would be unfair to me to say, but there has been a few that haven't gone anywhere, because they reckon it's like such a low percentage. It's about 7% of films that are made that actually do anything, and you actually see them on telly or on the screen. The rest are flops. So I've made, like every actor, films that you're never going to see the light of day. But that's the business. You just got to go with the flow.
Yeah, it's all experience, I guess, and helps for sure you think so.
Absolutely.
So if there was somebody, a budding actor, if somebody wanted to get into the business, what advice would you give them?
What advice would I give them? I'll give quite a few advice. I would say you've got to believe in yourself, for definite. And when you've always got to remember, because when you're new into the business, you can be rather nervous. If you remember that when you get called for an audition and you go for that audition, then you might see loads of actors in the waiting room waiting to go in after you, but you're the only person that's going to do it your way. So even if you don't get that audition, don't get that job, you're going in there, you're believing in yourself, you go and do it your way, and sometimes it pays off, but at least you're true to yourself. And I think you've got to be true to yourself. Act it your way, because there's only one you. Nobody else. There's not two. So when you go and do it your way, that's different to the last person that went in. So that, and head for the stars, and even if you don't get it, you'll get somewhere near the stars. And just keep on. If you can't take rejection, that's a tough one, because actors need to be able to take rejection. So you need to be able to take rejection, but just keep plodding on at it, and eventually it will pay off. That's what I would say.
Good stuff. So something quite big, especially for you, something that's been your passion for quite a while, and something that's had me very intrigued since I've known you. 8-ish. Can you tell what 8-ish is?
Okay, 8-ish, I originally wrote about 4 years ago a 90-minute feature film script for a film. To get a bit of promotion from that, we shot a short version of it a few years ago.
Sure. After the funeral, do you think we could get away for a couple of days? You know, just the two of us.
Aye. But I ain't going to no funeral. He was never my old man.
Dan's attacked her. I'll fucking kill him! Come on, Sean. Tell me why it is you think you're here. Every fucking time. Dolan's.
Sort him out.
It's quite the firecracker, your daughter, isn't she?
He shot himself in the back of the head 3 times and he pushed him and his car over the cliff.
I'll keep you here a fucking week for assaulting a police officer.
He's asking about his brother.
Come here. How do they know he's here?
Love you.
Love you too.
Every fucking time.
We've done a few promotional photo shoots, which this board behind me, if I pan like that, 8ish, that come from one of the sets. So I thought it was a good idea to get it behind me today. 8ish, it was always going to be a feature film.
Yeah.
It's so hard getting a feature film funded. So I've gone about it various ways of to get the funding in and get people interested.
Yeah.
So basically, we've now got to the point where I thought the next stage would be a book.
Yep.
So I'm not a great storyteller. I'm a great script writer for films because I've read so many scripts and I can really do a good film script. But a friend of mine, author Jack East, he is a writer for books.
Yeah.
So he got together with me, and between us, we've changed, well, not changed, but we've also now got a 90-minute feature film script for 8ish, which was always my work anyway, which we will fund at some point and make a great film, which you will be playing the character Geordie in. And I know you're looking forward to that, and so am I. It's an excellent, gritty crime thriller.
The pharmacy, and they do not have my prescriptions to help me with my little knee because it's the insurance, it's not them. So it's cool. I'm going to run back in and do some grocery shopping because I'm here. But I wanted to tell you guys to stop asking me for spoilers on the book 8ish by Luing Andrews. You cannot do this. I will not tell you. You know I won't. So why do you keep asking me? It's awesome. It's phenomenal. I'm on chapter 7. I'm totally sucked in there. I can't even rip myself away from what I'm reading. And, you know, I'm excited. Very excited. Anyway, you can get the book yourself. Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk. You can read it on your Kindle. You can read it with the Kindle reading app. You can download it free and put it on all of your freaking devices. You can have it for iOS, Android, whatever floats your boat. And then you won't have to keep asking me. Not to mention, one of these days, I'll make sure that he signs one for me. But this is what I'm asking you to do. Please do not be naughty, naughty children. You're being very bad children. I love you from here to the moon and then back. And then we'll flip around and do it again. But stop asking me for spoilers. I love you guys. I got to go get my groceries. Go get your book. It's awesome. I'm a freaking pirate, so right up my alley. Bye, guys. Love you.
And now, a message from our sponsors. Trojan Sports, one of the UK's fastest growing sportswear brands. Established in 2007, Trojan Sports proudly offers high quality sports and fitness apparel for both men, women, and children. We offer a wide range of styles and sizes to provide quality, practical, and fashionable attire, sports, and leisure wear. Visit us now online at www.trojan-sports.com.
And I said I would give a plug for him because after this novel is released, which is now because it's on Amazon, or it's on Kindle and it goes for Amazon paper book in the next couple of days. Jack East has also written a book called Gasoline Dreams, which is an action-packed thriller, which he's good at doing. And I said to him, I'd give him a plug for that book as well.
Yeah,
he's my co-author with 8ish the novel. And helped tremendously. He's fantastic, and between us, we've got such a good story now with the novel. and can't wait for you to read it and give your comments.
I'm looking forward to it.
So his name's Jack East, and it's Gasoline Dream.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Undertaking any building work can be a daunting experience, and finding a contractor you can trust can be hard work. With Paragon Civil Engineering Limited, our clients can relax, safe in the knowledge that the work we produce is second to none and that we have their best interests at heart. Whether you're after a new driveway to put the motor on, a remodeled garden to relax in whilst you watch the kids play, or you're a commercial builder on the hunt for an honest, reliable, and skilled group of tradesmen to handle your project, you can be sure that we have you covered. Paragon Civil Engineering Limited, passionately practicing precision.
I mean, I know you don't want to give too much away about the plot of 8ish. I know a little bit of it. I think it sounds absolutely fantastic. Can you give a bit of a synopsis?
Yeah, I would say 8ish is it's about a family called the O'Sheas that come over 40 years ago. The older ones did, and they planted themselves in London. They're opened up a nightclub. Well, Uncle Bill opened up a nightclub, which Sean O'Shea, my character in the film, will take over the running of, because he's getting old and it's getting a bit too much for him. And it's very much a very dark, gritty crime novel about the O'Shea families and a lot of hidden family secrets. But there's also a lot of gangland rivalry and IRA connections. The family are hugely connected to the IRA.
Yeah.
So it hits on those subjects, and it's a great read. I would like to say, and a few people that have read the manuscript have said to me, it's a cross between The Long Good Friday with Bob Hoskins, remember him, and Lock, Stock.
Yeah.
So it's like a London gangster IRA film.
Sounds good. I think as well from the trailer that we did, and from the short, and from some of the photo shoots, you've taken it's got a really quality feel as well. I mean, I've always I call it a slick gangster flick. It's just got that something about it, the way that it's been done. And I think it's going to be something really special, to be honest.
It is, Stuart, without a doubt. I've got no doubt in my mind. I mean, I've read a lot of film scripts that have really done well.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're a patch on mine for the film. And now the novel, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because the novel is based completely on the script, but with everything exaggerated.
Yeah.
And it's just, the novel is phenomenal. The film script is phenomenal. And I just want to get so much notice and get it out there. And people have got to read the novel. It's tremendous. It really is.
Well, I'm a bit of
Even though I say it myself.
I'm a bit of a book nerd to start with, but I'm really looking forward to it. I always love to read the book before I watch the film. So this time I'll get to read the book before I'm in the film. It'll be even better. But,
but I mean, you've been involved in the teaser. We shot a teaser trailer, which a lot of big companies do now. A lot of film companies do. They'll get a bit of notice by shooting a teaser trailer, so it gives people an idea of the film. They see the film script and they think, oh, they might want to go in for funding. So I've tried that way and got a bit of interest, which is a good way of doing it. But now the book, that's the one. That is.
Well, I think that's a bit of a double-pronged approach, really. That obviously it'll generate some revenue from the book sales. So all you people out there that buy a copy, you will be helping with this production. But I think also the book will drum up more interest in potential funding from other sources.
Exactly.
It must be even more so, the way the world's gone crazy. But is it quite a difficult thing to, is there many sources of funding out there? I mean, you always hear about these films, oh yes, we got this grant, we got that grant, but it must be a difficult thing to do because there's so many people out there, I should think, they'll be wanting to.
It's a phenomenal market. It's the hardest, anything in show business, the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
You've just got to keep prodding at it. The way I've gone about it is the right way. Do the teaser trailer, do the photo shoots, do a short version. We've got a 90-minute shooting script ready to rock and roll. And now we've got the novel. So we've gone about it the right way without a doubt. And it's for me, it was the only way. If it was going to be done, it had to be done right.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of shined through a bit with you. And in my eyes, it's the best way to do it. I mean, if you're going to do it, no point going in half-heartedly. And you can see just from what's been done so far, even with the photo shoots, the production quality is just so high.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many at it. And like I said earlier, that 7% of movies that are actually made go through and become something. The rest flop. So it's a huge market. But you can't beat a gritty gangster London movie.
Yep.
With good actors, good script. Everything's right for it. It really is.
I think it's good having the Irish connection in there as well. It's
yeah.
Don't want to mess with
the
O'Shea, I'll tell you that.
Exactly, and that's a lot based on my family because I'm like probably 3/4 Irish.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is based on my way I saw London as growing up. 80s is very much there, you know, it was my London.
Yeah.
So I just want people to read the book and then they're going to be intrigued enough to think that film's going to be great. It really is.
Yeah.
Because have you ever done that? You read a book and then you think, hey, that's going to make some really good film. And then all of a sudden, a few years later, you see the film and it's amazing.
It's always a bit of a, if I do it the other way around, if I watch a film, I generally won't read the book.
Yeah.
But I love reading the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think, so you're definitely doing it the right way. I mean, you know, you watch the film, it'll not be as detailed as the book, time wouldn't allow, but you've kind of got the full story and you know how it ends. And then when you're investing a lot of time reading a book, you think, well, I already know how it ends. It's not quite the same.
Exactly, mate. Exactly that. So you've seen some of the script.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the whole script. You've seen some of the script. You know the characters that are in it and the storyline base. And I just can't wait for you to actually read the novel and come back to me. I know you're going to love it.
Well, what I've seen so far, I'm massively intrigued. I think it's going to be something special. I think I really do.
Lovely. So,
have you got any particular big names lined up to play? Obviously, apart from myself in the movie.
You, of course, Stu. Me, Tim Faraday's an old actor pal of mine. He's going to play a D.I. Holmes in it, which is the lead cop. We did have some interest from Larry Lamb and Dennis Waterman to play Ray O'Shea, but that's
can you get Dennis Waterman to sing the theme tune?
Sing that. I'm singing that. I'm going to be Dennis Waterman for a change.
Oh no!
Sing the theme tunes. It was great with Little Britain when they done that. Yeah, very funny. So there's talks with them, but because it's a long time off and we haven't got the complete funding for the film, you can't go. And big agents that are representing these stars, they won't commit themselves.
Yeah.
They can't because they don't know what the money's going to be involved and how it goes. And we might not get enough funding in to get these big stars, and we might have to go for the lower class actors like little old me and you.
I bet you don't be calling me low class, cheeky son.
So at the moment, there's a lot in the pipeline and what could pan out really well, and it's always been like that, you know, with 8ish.
Yep.
But I don't want to commit myself too much to saying that so and so is going to be in it. Other big names are going to be in it. But up here, I've got a list of them that obviously we want, but it's all about budget too, if we can afford that. Because the actors themselves, they might want to do it, but if they're signed to an agent that is only about, you know, gaining a lot of money, and agents are like that, that's their living. That's what they do for a living, so you can't blame them. Then it ain't going to go no further. So it has to be, you know, from the heart, and I have to wait until I've got money and I know I can then go to the right actors and say, look, can I have you in this? And then their agents say yea or nay. So at the moment, I don't want to commit myself, but I've got lower class actors if I'm a lower class actor. Tim Faraday's done loads of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, in the business, I've known him for well over 20 years. We were both going for similar auditions years ago. That's when we met. So loads of actors like that would be in it. But yeah, it's all about, and I'm not a believer. A lot of production companies say, oh, we'll get a big A-lister in the film and we'll make it. That ain't so much true. It really isn't. Not for British flicks. It might be in the States, but it's not so much for British flicks.
Yeah. To be honest, I think when you get a good British movie, it knocks anything else out of the water. It really does. You know, if you get a good one against a good one made in Hollywood, the British ones win all the time. A lot more gritty, I think.
Well, it's that, and you've got like an American movie. You've got big budgets. You've got all the special effects, and you know any of the actors could perform in any of these, and the film's going to look great. But with a British flick that's got a lower budget, they ain't got the special effects. It's all about the acting.
Yeah,
and that's what makes the film great. And British flicks are known for that.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, definitely. So, as you say, the 8ish, the novel, that's on sale. It's on sale now. We'll put the link underneath. It would be great for as many people as possible. You know, it's not expensive. Get yourself a copy. Leave a review. From what I've read so far of the script, anyway, you're going to absolutely love it. It sounds absolutely brilliant to me, and I think I'll be ordering it after this. But as I say,
thanks a lot.
No problem. The link will be below, you know, to order your copy. But I'll also be putting an article up on the website as well. Just ko.stuarmstrong.com. And we'll keep the links in there as well. So if anybody was interested in being involved in the 8ish project, how would they go about that?
Well, for financing, funding, contact me. But on the bottom of the book, there's a Facebook link, 8ish. You can go to Luing Andrews' Facebook.
Yep.
You can, but it's got the 8ish link, and you can contact me there. It's got my email address. Write to me. Let me know your feelings, and let me know what you want to do.
Got your website
as for actors, I've got a lot listed up here, but there's other roles that I haven't filled as yet. So it's all a possibility, you know. Get the actors to send their CVs to me, but we're way off the film because we want the funding for this book to come through, and then the money will be there for the film. So we're way off. I mean, if we were lucky enough to do really well, and we shoot the film, say next year, it'll probably be a year after that before it's screened. So we're way off yet.
I don't think there is, but if there's a part for a female sort of part, somebody who was about 3'2", absolute psychopathic man-eater, then good friend of mine, Anna Foreman, would be perfect for that role.
There you go, mate. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, it's been absolutely brilliant talking to you. As I said to everyone, 8ish, the movie will be coming soon, and the book is out now, available from Amazon. Thank you very much. Good speaking to you.
Thank you very much, Stuart. Nice talking to you, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, and people and fans listening around the world, we are going out live. And now, this is the Knockout Podcast, brought to you by Knockout Media Group in conjunction with the Ultimate Bare Knuckle Boxing. It's time!
Anna what?
Nope. He sent me.
You're with Anna what?
I have something for you.
Oh, you do you?
Yeah.
You don't want to do business?
Of course he wants to do business. He just figured this was the kind of meeting best suited for me.
Okay. Where's the money?
Where's the gear?
Randall? She ain't into none of this. And she definitely ain't seeing no Carl.
I think we've upset him, sir.
Now, if you're done now, I think I'll be leaving.
as fun as it's been and all, I don't really see what you've got against me. And if you have got a point, I don't think you've made it yet.
How's your love life?
Fine. How's your missus? Still putting it about, is she? Tell her I pop round and her old man has me banged up.
You see, you're a funny man, Sean. And while we're on the subject of women, I was just wondering how yours was. Lucy.
I'm a popular man, Inspector. You should know that. Don't be jealous, huh? I've heard the smell of bacon really off-putting to the ladies. Can't be up, eh? I guess. How's my mate?
He's very seriously ill, but he's stable. And the others are all doing well.
Just didn't even stop. Just mowed him down. There's no respect anymore.
Exactly what we were saying earlier.
Excuse me. People just don't care about each other these days. I heard of a lollipop lady got mowed down by a car because the driver was late for a meeting. Didn't even want to stop. All our values have gone to pot. Wants to stay?
No. But could you take the vomit with you?
Could be an eye in the hole.
Every time it fucking donuts.
What did he do to her?
He's asking about his brother.
What did happen to him?
Committed suicide.
How did he do that?
He shot himself in the back of the head 3 times, and he pushed him and his car over a cliff.
Yeah? What the fuck are you playing at? Easy. 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 Now listen, son, don't... Is there a problem? Because if this machine takes your card, you won't be rid of me. And yet I'm pretty damn certain that being rid of me is your top priority.
Yeah, well, you just keep quiet a minute, please.
Good lad. She a foreign bird? Dumped her kid?
Oh, I don't know, I never saw her.
Because if it's her, she's been long gone. What was she called? I call them all sweetheart, there's that many of them. One leaves, one arrives. It's a circle of life. Each and every one of them would catch a photo if they didn't want to find him. Do yourself a favour and stop looking. Because if she's been through our doors, you don't want to know. Enjoy the rest of your day. I don't think you've got an ounce on me. You can't keep me here for love nor money. I was with Lucy all night. First at my flat and then we drove to the club. Then you barged in and nicked me.
I'm releasing you on bail. You got lucky this time.
Don't always. Right. This has been fun. You never really had a case to start with. If you miss me though, drop in and see me. I'll say I'm free any time, but probably best you come in all, I don't know. 8ish.